Hello and welcome to episode 10 of our podcast, where we discuss all things Marvel, Star Wars, and whatever else takes our fancy. I'm Harry, and this is Dale.
Hiya.
And so we just watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2, came out last night, and this is our spoiler review of it for the first part of the show. And then towards the end, we'll talk about a bit of news, the Marvel news about the film release dates moving on down the year, and we'll see how that affects everything and whatnot. And then we'll talk a little bit about what we've been watching. So Marvel released Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2. What were your thoughts, Dale?
Yeah, solid episode. Really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a bit more than the first episode. I liked the introduction of a few new characters. Thought they were all pretty interesting. The character of John Walker really surprised me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I liked that we got another really cool action sequence.
Yeah, on the lorries.
On the 2 lorries, yeah. I really liked all of that. I liked the continued. I liked the bringing back of the back and forth between Sam and Bucky that we'd all been hoping for.
Yeah.
And I quite liked that they were just it was just very much at the start of the episode, just like they just were brought together, and he just turns up and it's kind of like, oh hey, like, I quite like that, and I thought it went somewhere. It went in a direction I didn't think it was going to go, which I really liked. But yeah, I just overall really liked the episode. I just thought I had I had loads of smiles on my face watching it.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah, it was.
I felt really lost in it, and I felt really lost in the world, and it just felt. I had a thought to myself at the end of the episode, like I feel really back into the MCU and into the universe now. Even more so than WandaVision, because WandaVision was quite unique. So this just felt like good old back in the MCU, and it really felt like it this week, and it was really nice to get back with the characters and to sort of get back into some new characters in the world as well. I quite like. There's a lot of references in it as well that I really liked, which we can get into. So yeah, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. I felt pretty similar. Like the quality level was pretty similar to the first level, which was I thought was good. Just enjoyed Bucky and Sam's interactions. And like you said, the John Walker, the new Captain America, was he. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't really expecting him to be. I don't know. He seems to be trying to do the right thing. And he's a lot more skilled than what I thought he'd be. Yeah. I thought he wouldn't be as skillful as he was. And yeah, I liked the fact that there was loads of super soldiers, and they kind of got their asses handed to them, which is good. Sets up the stakes a little bit higher, and yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and there was some good comedic moments as well. Bit of banter. So yeah, totally enjoyed it. And then the ending, how they're talking about going to see Zemo as well, which is very nice. Yeah, looking forward to that.
yeah, it was good. It was really nice, and the Zemo ending. Going to get more information from him. Obviously, we both knew that Zemo was going to be in the show.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect that it would be like, we're going to go and visit him in jail and we'll see what we can get out of him.
Yeah, it's like he can be a common enemy, maybe.
Yeah. Like a sort of Silence of the Lambs type.
Oh, that would be cool. I don't know if he's quite like Hannibal Lecter, but maybe he might be now. Who knows?
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a really strange turn, wouldn't it? But yeah, that kind of situation where like that sort of thing we've seen before, where he helps out and then double crosses or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Um,
We know he
but
doesn't really like super soldiers. Like he
no.
killed all the other ones in Civil War. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. So probably the perfect person to go to.
exactly. So yeah. Now, how did you find the scenes with Bucky and Sam together? Um,
Yeah.
how they weren't exactly best mates, you know. There's a
Yeah. I liked it. I liked it. It was like a nice it felt like where their relationship should be. And you can see how they're both like they enjoy the familiarity of being with each other again. But they also are both dealing with a lot like not having Steve around in their own ways. And that's like their common that's what they have in common really, that they both lost Steve and they both like are kind of dealing with all of that and it's and Bucky is irritated and annoyed at the decision that Sam's taken to give up the shield. He thinks he's just giving it up really easily, and that's just it. And that it was such a big deal that Steve gave it to him. One of my favorite parts of the episode, and I don't, is when they are with the therapist, and Bucky says to Sam something like, you know, if Steve was wrong about you, then that means that he was wrong about me. That's why he's so annoyed at Sam.
mm,
You know that Steve trusted to give Sam the shield to take on the mantle, but Sam gave it up. So um, yeah, and it was like the way that his voice sort of broke towards the end of the he was wrong about me.
yeah, it was good
Because
acting.
Steve was it was brilliant acting because Steve was the only one that really had his back and is the reason where he is today.
Mm.
So um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree with all that. Yeah, um, very enjoyable, and it's good to have like a bit of tension there, and they'll eventually predicting that by the end of it they'll be probably pretty close, and
yeah.
they'll trust each other by the end quite a lot. Yeah, and then there was the other super soldier, Isaiah, um,
Mm-hmm.
that they found, and he had just been in hiding all this time, or he'd been in jail. They put him in jail and took his blood and experimented on him, and only Bucky knew about him being there and kept the secret away from everyone else. That was quite cool. Enjoyed that little plot line there. Don't know. Do you think maybe it could tie into the fact that that's how more soldiers were made? They took his blood and stuff like that. I don't know. Or
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And he was in jail for 30 years. Um, and there was no mention of him, you know. Nobody knows that that was a thing, that he existed, and it was Steve that was the super soldier and the one that was the Captain America and the hero and um in the history books.
yeah,
Uh, did you get more of like there's sort of like racial undertones there?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, definitely found that. And then that's that bit where they came to arrest. The
Yeah.
police came up to arrest Sam initially, but then they realized who he was, and then they realized they had a warrant out for Bucky, took him instead.
Yeah. And then the whole Black Falcon thing with the kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. What are you? Who are you, black kid? That was quite a good joke.
yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it made me laugh.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so yeah, all of that Isaiah. I don't think we've seen the last of Isaiah and his son.
yeah, yeah. No, that they'll come back probably, or at least maybe to get more information. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He seemed pretty strong. He launched he launched the I don't know what he launched, like a
like a little metal box or something,
little metal box and
just like
stuck.
solid into the wall. Like, yeah,
Yeah, he means business.
it does mean business. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
So
strong.
was going to say we should talk a little bit about the new Captain America. What was his name again?
John Walker.
John Walker. That's it. So we first see him where he's kind of in the locker room about to go out. Is he about to go out onto the pitch at a football game and have an interview? Is that?
Yes.
That's it,
Yeah,
right?
that's the first scene of the episode. Yeah.
And you see his girlfriend or wife or partner there, and yeah, it seems like, oh, this guy seems like he's actually an all right guy. And even like as the episode goes along, Sam and Bucky are kind of looking at him like, don't know about him, but he seems like he's just saying the right thing.
Yeah.
So who knows? He could be saying the right thing. There was that one line he said, "Stay out of my way," which was kind of a shift in tone. So
yeah, it was a big one, wasn't it? It sort of made me go, "Oh, okay. There's potential here for you to go down the other path." Especially if he injects some of the serum into himself in a future episode potentially.
Oh yeah, he could do that, and then he could potentially be the villain by the end. Then maybe
rather than Zemo, because I know we all thought that Zemo was going to be the big bad, but it could be a twist of it could be John Walker that is.
Who knows?
I liked that wide shot, whenever Sam and Bucky are walking down the road and he pulls up in the little truck.
Yeah.
And then the door swings open and they just keep walking on past.
Yeah. That gave me a good chuckle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And the way they address the way Bucky stares a lot, just and is really intense.
You always do this.
You get used to it.
Yeah. No, that was good. Very enjoyable. I'm hoping, I don't know, hoping in the next couple of episodes there's a few big twists and turns. I want to see some really, gritty storytelling. Hopefully, that's what I'm looking for.
I think so. Yeah, I want to see a real because Bucky hasn't broke yet.
Yeah.
And I want to see a real. I think we're gonna get a really good scene with him and the Japanese guy when he reveals it was him. Yeah, I think that's when everything will just come.
Yeah, get all emotional. Yeah.
I think you can feel that coming.
Definitely.
I really hope that Sam eventually becomes Captain America.
Yeah. I think that's probably where it's headed. Yeah.
I would be shocked if it didn't.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, we anything else you want to mention? What do you think about the directing style? Slightly different to any of the other Captain America films we've had before, obviously, because it's a new director. But yeah, there's I don't know, it's hard to describe, but do you like the flavor, the style? Do you like the flavor of the directing and editing choices?
I do. It doesn't really feel jarring or anything. It feels like it felt like a TV show this week for me.
Yeah.
Did it feel?
Yeah.
It felt like
it were quite cinematic, but then others I was like, oh yeah, this definitely feels like a TV show.
Like the stuff with the therapist calling them in to do the therapy stuff, I thought this feels like her calling Sam in felt a bit hammy to me, a bit oh, this is a bit silly at first, because would he really do that?
Like when Zod asks Amy Adams to go up into the ship.
Oh yeah, don't. I forgot about that. What is the point in that? Why is she there? Oh.
All right, we'll talk about that later, because I watched Man of Steel this week.
So. Oh right, yeah. I'm actually planning on watching that soon.
Yeah.
He's
All right.
inspired.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no, I quite like the directing style, editing. Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's decent. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, and the music is really good.
Oh, I love the music. I like the marching band over the Marvel.
Yeah, it was
Opening.
a different
It was
theme.
cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and I think that was the same marching band music from Captain America: The First Avenger.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Um, but there was like, because I know we've talked about that Henry Jackman does the score, and he did the score for Winter Soldier and Civil War, and I did you recognize like there was parts of like the film from the score from those movies in this episode?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do like that. It ties it all together really like nicely. Those little themes that you hear.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely like Winter Soldier music from the setting in this episode. Um, really love that.
Awesome. All right. Is there anything else you would like to cover about this episode other than final thoughts?
Um, no, I'm just looking forward to the next episode, and I'm looking forward to. I know they give Sharon Carter a name drop in this episode, so and we know that she's in the show, so she'll probably be coming up next episode or two.
Yeah,
which will be good. Because she kind of dropped off after Civil War. She was in no. Was she in Civil War? She was in Civil War. Yeah, of course she was. Yeah,
yeah.
she helped them out. She got him his shield back, and that's when Sam mentions that she was declared an enemy of the state. I think he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, which sounds just a bit wild now that after we know all that happened and that they eventually saved the world. I was thinking as well. Do you think that the general public that they don't know that the Avengers time traveled? They probably don't.
No. I don't think that the Infinity Stones are common knowledge to the public. Definitely not.
Nah,
Maybe,
I don't think so.
maybe because Vision, the new Vision had the stone in his head.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know.
And didn't Darcy in WandaVision know that she had to that Wanda had to rip the stone out of his head or something? Wasn't that?
I can't remember.
I think so. Yeah. It seemed like do you know what I'm really liking in WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, all of the references to all of the characters and all the Endgame events and everything. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, so let's talk a little bit. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about all the references that were in this episode. Now I can't think of any off the top of my head. You might be able to.
I've got one that I really loved, and it made me laugh as well. There's a couple of moments where I really smiled in this episode. One of them was when when they're infiltrating, they're going in and stealth, and one of the funniest bits was like when Sam was like, "Oh, you're all stealth now. Like, was that from your time in Wakanda? Like, you're a bit of a White Panther and all that."
Yeah.
And he's like, "White Wolf, actually."
Yeah, no. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a cool way of bringing all of that back and making it a little bit of a joke, like pretty self-aware kind of. I love that, and also the big three thing.
Oh yeah, like wizards, aliens, and androids.
He's like, that's not a thing. He's like, yeah, it is.
They said it like androids, aliens, and wizards.
Yeah. And then and on the Hobbit reference.
Yeah, I read it back when it first came out.
1937.
Yeah, that was good. I also liked it when Red Wing got destroyed, and then Bucky was like, "You have no idea how long I like. I really wanted to do that." That was good.
Yeah, and all you could feel in those scenes as well, couldn't you? That Bucky was holding back. Because to me it felt like he was holding back, because remember he then asks his therapist like, what was rule number 2 again, and she's like, don't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
I can also feel like Bucky's just gonna unleash on a group of people at some point as well, and go back to like sort of Winter Soldier style strength.
Yeah, I'd like to
really
see
cool
that.
as well. I forgot, like, whenever he said as well about his vibranium arm, I was like, oh yeah, you do have a vibranium arm. Like, that's really cool. Like, they made him a new arm in Wakanda.
Yeah, that is cool. So yeah,
Is there
overall, decent episode. Really liked it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we need to really give it a score. We're just enjoying it as it goes along, and looking forward to the next episode. So yeah, with that done and spoken about now, let's move on to the news, which we will do every now and then when there is relevant news worth talking about. And we have got new release dates for the films that are coming out this year. Black Widow has moved to, I'm just reading it off Wikipedia, so I don't have where they moved from and to, but Black Widow is now July the 9th. Shang-Chi is now September 3rd. Eternals, I think, stays where it is at November 5th, and Spider-Man is December 17th still. So yeah, so I think it's Black Widow and Shang-Chi. Were there any others that moved? Do you know?
I think it's just Black Widow and Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi was meant for July, so it's Black Widow's taking its slot.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that means that we're going to get 4 MCU films now between July and December, which is a lot considering we've had none for so long.
Which is unprecedented, because even I remember a time, I'm sure you do as well, where we're even getting 2 of them a year was big.
Yeah. And now we're getting 4 in 6 months.
4.5 a year. 4 like huge films that we're all like so excited for as well, along with all the shows in between.
Yeah, we got 2021 loads.
Yeah, 2021 could be the biggest year for the MCU, like in terms of the amount coming out.
Absolutely, yeah. It will be the biggest, definitely. I was just going to say, Black Widow is now July the 9th, so we will be able to see that in cinemas, which will be awesome. I think it's coming out on Disney Plus Premiere as well, but I take it you'll be in the cinema. I will be in the cinema.
I will be 100% in the cinema.
Yeah.
100%. I can't wait to see. I just cannot wait to go back and sit down with that big box of popcorn and just see a new release again. I'm really, really hungry for it now.
So yeah, sorry, just carry on. Sorry.
The film and the popcorn.
Yeah, no, the popcorn. I just can't wait. I just get that whole atmosphere back.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I have here the list of the TV shows that are coming out this year, which is ridiculous. So we have still got, after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we've got 4 still to come. So Loki in June, What If mid 2021, Miss Marvel late 2021, and Hawkeye late 2021. I didn't even realize we were having Hawkeye this year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So 4 films, and after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, another 4 TV shows. So
there are a lot of things filming this year as well, and very soon.
Filming?
Yeah. There are a lot of things. I don't know how this is all going on at the moment, but if you look at what's filming and what's going to begin filming, like they're going to start filming Secret Invasion apparently next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pre-production. So here we've got it. They're filming Miss Marvel and Hawkeye at the moment. Pre-production is Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Guardians of the Galaxy special, and Secret Invasion are kind of they're all lumped together in the one pre-production. So I'm guessing they'll all be filming next.
And apparently Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is filming soon.
Yeah, Doctor Strange and Thor are filming at the minute. And Black Panther actually, Ant-Man, it says filming.
Oh, so they might have already began. Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew they were starting soon, which I thought is
yeah.
wild because they're already filming three. Like they're filming Spider-Man No Way Home as
And
well.
Ant-Man's coming out after Black Panther 2 and Captain Marvel 2, so surely they'll start filming those two pretty soon as
Yeah,
well.
that's another point as well. I heard that Captain Marvel 2 is filming the next month or two. I'm like,
Yeah, and then Black Panther will be as well. Yeah.
yeah, I heard that Black Panther 2 is starting to film near the summer. I was thinking, how is this all, managed by the whole Marvel team? It's huge.
Yeah.
We're not complaining, but it's like it's so good. It's so good to know that there's like, a lot of finished films as well sitting there
Yeah.
nearly.
Yeah.
Um, there's like Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, and hope soon Spider-Man No Way Home will all.
And
Well,
a little side note as well. On top of this, we're getting Dune and No Time to Die this year as well, which is just like it's all stacking up to be an absolutely amazing
yeah,
amazing second half of the year.
yeah, there are a lot of big releases still to come, and we've got Fast Nine,
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick.
Hmm.
Uh,
Loads.
what else? So it's coming out this year, like big films. Quiet Place Part Two is coming out at the end of May, I think.
Yeah. Let me just have a quick Google if we've missed anything. Not, it's not coming up. I think we might have got most of them.
Yeah, I think there's probably quite a few, Harry, that moved to 2022, isn't there? Like the Batman and
Yeah.
uh,
Oh yeah, Batman. Yeah.
oh yeah, Jungle Cruise is coming out too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's it.
And the Suicide Squad's coming out this year.
That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of. The trailer just came out.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah. So yeah, rounding up this conversation, there are loads and loads and loads of Marvel properties, IPs coming out this year, which is ridiculous and very exciting. And it'll give us loads to talk about as well. It's a good
Yeah,
time to have really kicked off this podcast because there's just going to be endless content to talk about.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. What would be in terms of 2021?
Mm.
Things, properties that are coming out this year. What is your most anticipated?
This year, Eternals.
Yeah,
Yeah, Eternals probably. Yeah, or Spider-Man. Eternals or Spider-Man. What
yeah.
about you?
Probably just No Way Home, just with the potential of it, and it would
Mhm.
just sounds like the absolute dream if it happens. What does happen? But Eternals probably soon because I haven't seen Land yet, but I'm
Oh yeah.
really
Is that out
really
on streaming later in April? I think it is.
yeah. I heard that it's 30th of April, I think,
Mm.
isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Is it coming to Amazon Prime or Netflix? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
Um,
No idea. All right,
yeah, plenty to look forward to.
loads to talk about. What were we going to mention? Oh yeah, so the Suicide Squad trailer just came out. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, what's the Red Band trailer?
I have mixed feelings on it. I don't know. I was hoping for more like really intense action.
I
I don't
took it
know.
as like it was one of the first trailers, and I think
Yeah,
that James Gunn doesn't want to give a lot of the best stuff away.
that's true. I mean, so what like the banter and the jokes and the
Yeah,
character introductions, I guess like as a first trailer, it's kind of like it's really good.
yeah.
Lets you know kind of the tone really well, which I did like. Um, so yeah, hopefully like there's some really big action set pieces that they're not teasing that because that's what I'm really excited for.
I can imagine that there will be. But I did like the cast is stacked. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's huge. I've a feeling that a lot of them are going to be killed off.
probably, probably. My favorite moment was probably near the beginning of the trailer when they're like doing the rescue mission for Harley and she's just like stood there like next to them. I just love that.
That's right, yeah. That was so James Gunn.
It's
Like,
it's really consistent like with her character as well, because in the Harley Quinn movie and in Suicide Squad, and she's just always just going off on her own and just doing it, and she just never waits for anyone.
yeah.
I love that about the character.
Yeah, she would have been able to get herself out there, you know. She's kind of like, oh, hey.
And I actually enjoyed the Harley Quinn film.
Yeah, I've got good memories of watching it. I also like the reveal that Sylvester Stallone's voicing King Shark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the shark, King Shark stuff was hilarious. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a fan favorite.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I think that'll round up our thoughts on that. And now for the final stretch of this episode, I think it'll be good to just talk about, I don't know, what we've been watching recently. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll let you.
Yeah, so I have watched quite a lot of stuff this week, actually. The main stuff that'll be worth talking about is Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman Ultimate Cut, and Wonder Woman. Actually, before that, I watched Wonder Woman. So yeah, this is all in preparation for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I'm excited for. Haven't seen it yet. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. No,
not yet. Yeah, so I've had a refresher on those films now, on the Snyderverse, and yeah, I know everything, all in the forefront of my mind, ready for the epic sci-fi fantasy epic that is apparently Justice League.
Yeah, what's the overall consensus? And have you been looking? I've heard a lot of really good things, and I've heard from some people, but not the most reliable sources, that it's boring.
Well, I think it goes down to like, I've read that it's Zack Snyder's best film, alongside Man of Steel in the Snyderverse, and that it's actually I had a quick look, it's in the top 250 on IMDb. It's like 130th or something, 140th, with like absolutely like heaps and heaps of votes. So I don't know how accurate that is, but seems like people really, really like it. Was just having a flick through some reviews, and people are just, this is what we should have been given. But it's kind of like pretty difficult to have, we would have never even got that because of theatrical release. You can't have a 4-hour movie. It would only work on HBO Max. So it's kind of like quite fortunate that the full version was released on streaming, rather than having, like Batman versus Superman's clearly been chopped down a bit, at least the theatrical one, and that's why the Ultimate Edition's so much more. It feels like less choppy. There's more context in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems a bit strange that he tried to make a 4-hour film knowing it would have been released in cinemas. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if it's normal for films to have a 4-hour cut or not. Maybe some.
Yeah. Some part of that. Who am I thinking of that films loads of footage? And Terrence Howard? No,
I'm not sure. I have no idea. Oh, Terrence Malick. Is that
Terrence Malick? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence Malick.
He cuts like complete like actors out of films.
Adrian Brody. In The Thin Red Line, Adrian Brody thought he was like the lead in the film, and like in the theatrical cut, he has like 2 lines. That's wild.
Yeah, I have heard that. Like he's well known for that, isn't he? That like the
Mm.
actors think they've got big parts in his films, and then they watch it and they're like in a scene or not even in it at all. He cuts people out, doesn't he?
Yeah, Mickey Rourke as well says that in, I can't remember which film it was, but Mickey Rourke says, like, I think it might have been The Thin Red Line as well, but he said like he acted his best in that film. Like his acting was peak, you know, that was his best work, the best he'll ever do, and he was just cut completely from the film without even realizing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it does. I guess it does happen then.
Yeah, yeah.
Zack went for when you put that all together, like how much Justice League in general, like the Joss Whedon theatrical one and the Zack Snyder, all of that together,
Hmm.
how much that cost? All of that footage, because I know Joss Whedon filmed like a lot more, didn't he?
Yeah, yes, they would have had to have had a reshoot budget for that, and then um, um, Zack Snyder, they gave him another 70 million or so to complete the, what was it, 2,600 visual effects shots or something. And like if you compare that to like Tenet had like less than 200 visual effects shots. So it's just, but I guess a lot of stuff's done in camera with Nolan, but it might be an unfair comparison.
Yeah, but it's a good comparison.
Yeah. I was going to say, what are your current thoughts on Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman and Wonder Woman?
Um, Wonder Woman would be the freshest in my mind.
Yeah.
I watched it twice. And I really like it. I like the first one. I haven't seen Man of Steel and Batman v Superman since
Mm.
I watched them first.
Yeah.
I didn't. I wasn't the biggest fan of the DC
Yeah.
EU.
Yeah. No,
I
neither was I. Yeah.
just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm
Mm.
trying to load in the mouthwash and get rid of it now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I've found for me, like watching them now, Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, then Batman versus Superman, the extended edition, all in a row. It definitely feels like way more coherent.
Mm.
Um, Definitely. There's still things I don't like about it, but even stuff that really annoyed me at first is kind of like I can just kind of go along with it and enjoy it for what it is. Like the Martha scene, it isn't as bad as I remember it. Actually, I mean, it's still a bit weird.
Good.
It's still a bit strange, but yeah, it's enjoyable. I enjoyed it, and the visuals and everything's pretty good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Zack Snyder version of Justice League. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to watching Man of Steel and Batman v Superman again. Definitely, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna watch them before I watch
yeah.
Zack Snyder Justice League.
I
Just
think
to make
you'll
sure.
like Man of Steel on the rewatch,
Yeah, yeah. I'm going in with an open mind.
and
Um,
the music in it as well. Oh, it's
yeah,
so good.
yeah. After seeing Hans Zimmer, I'm looking forward to seeing that music or to hearing the music,
So good.
seeing the music. Um, So yeah, I think I should have it watched by next episode because I've got my holidays now, so I've got time to.
Yeah, I mean, it's long. Like they're long films. Like Ultimate Edition of Batman versus Superman's 3 hours. So long.
You see,
But
I still have a thought in my head like,
yeah.
oh,
But do you know the extra stuff? Some of the best like stuff. It's there's loads more of Clark Kent investigating the Batman, going around Gotham, like interviewing people, and it's like some really good stuff. So it's
yeah,
fun.
that's good because I
Yeah.
like I felt like I didn't really see that much of like
Yeah.
Clark Kent kind of reporter.
Yeah, it feels way more balanced, like Superman and Batman in the Ultimate Cut. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it then.
And there's more context for why they would be fighting. So it doesn't feel like it's just come out of nowhere, you know.
Yeah, it did. It all felt like it came out of nowhere in that film when I remember
Yeah.
seeing it.
Yeah. And it's got one of the best Batman fight scenes I've ever seen in my life. So good. Do you remember it where he rescues Martha, Superman's mum, at the end? He goes into a warehouse and just takes on all these like henchmen. It's like,
Yeah, I do remember that, but I don't remember a lot about it. I don't remember all the details.
it's so good. It's
Yeah,
absolutely incredible. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to get your thoughts on that in a future episode, which I'll be eagerly awaiting to see whether or not the scales have been tipped for you, because
Yeah,
they're still essentially the same kind of feel, just a little bit more coherent.
yeah. I saw I saw a meme and it was like after watching like all of Zack Snyder's DCU films and then switching on like WandaVision or like the MCU, and it was like this like dark room and like this face and it was like a spot of light shining in on their eyes and it was something like this like because it was just because it's
Yeah.
so dark.
Yeah.
And that I feel like that was what kind of put me off at the time too. It wasn't like there was sometimes when I was watching where I wasn't in the mood for like that like really moody
Mm.
tone, like the darkness of it all. It's really dark and grey and
Yeah.
but I guess that's him and that was his vision for the
One thing,
films.
one thing I have done actually is I watched a comparison scene, and it's on YouTube, and it's like, you know, the scene from Justice League where Bruce Wayne goes to meet the Flash for the first time, and he throws his thing, and it kind of goes past his head, and he catches it like that. There's like a side by side comparison of the two versions, and it just feels like so much better, the Zack Snyder version. It's just some very small timing like editing choices, and it
Mhm.
just and like color grading, and it feels, it's something as simple as that just is so much better.
Yeah.
And it's so cool how Zach's not even seen the theatrical version of Justice League, so he doesn't even know what he's, there's no comparison for him. He's just making the thing that he, you know, there's nothing that would sway his vision, make him angry about, and just, you know, do a 180 on or anything. So it's
Yeah.
still that's what I'm excited to see. I'm happy that he got to fulfill his vision. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm actually looking forward to watching some of those videos afterwards of the comparisons between the two.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like nothing like this has really ever happened before. I mean, there's obviously director's cuts of other films, but nothing like,
It's usually the same director that goes back and
yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
There's never been like two directors to compare the same film to, which is so weird. Yeah.
yeah. I think there's a lot of yeah, not the biggest amount of love for Josh Whedon at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know. I like I just can't be bothered to read all about that stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I
Not
haven't
the same.
delved into it much. I just
I have heard that though.
great filmmaker, so
I mean, yeah, he gave us like one of the greatest comic book films of all time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I could just put the Avengers on right now and watch it 3 times in a row.
I feel like there's something in it for like disconnecting the person with like the art that they create.
Yeah.
Is, yeah, can be difficult when someone's done something completely outrageous, but yeah, no, I'll try and forget about that stuff and just enjoy what they've made. Yeah, so I don't know, is there any other thoughts on the DCU that you would like to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
No. They did announce they're filming Black Adam soon or something like that, which is,
Yes, that's right.
it's been like
Pierce
five
Brosnan
years.
announced for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Was he in the Shazam or was he in Black Adam? I can't remember. Something like that. They're making a little Shazam universe now.
Oh, is it Shazam that he's in?
I think so. I think he might be.
Oh, sorry. I just saw that he was announced for one of them. I couldn't remember which one it
I
was.
yeah, no, I don't know for sure. Um, I just remember reading it somewhere. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I'm not really that interested. Like, I watched the first Shazam and it was okay, so I'm not too hyped about any of that. But it's coming. Yeah, which I was just going to say, it's been like 5 years or something more since they announced Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. It's been so long. Like,
A long time.
that's crazy how long it's taken them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, at least it's coming. And The Rock's been so busy in the last 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
The amount of films that he's produced and film or like and starred in is huge. And they're all big films as well. So
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Dale, for this episode. Um, really good. And looking forward to chatting about episode 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier next week, which we have high hopes for. Thank you very much. And yeah, see you next week.
all right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.